baby, listen to me speak it. No matter who, just say it hard. Loving all that I see.
Pop, persuadable. What's going on, boo-boos? I've missed you all. Hi. Has anyone told you lately how good looking you all are? Is it just me? Could be. But I think I'm right. The data suggests that you guys are good looking. Alright, anyway. Let's talk about female dancer. So historically speaking, I've said that female dancer has been a good character, especially in KOA 2. I said it before KOA 2. KOA 2 happened, Call of Abyss. That's the international tournaments where all the best players go. And GR used dancer in the later rounds and ended up winning the entire tournament with her on the lineup. So dancer has historically always been a pretty strong character, and then that changed a little bit with the introduction of Blood Queen, etc. And we'll talk into why this is an adjustment. How about we do it right now? Fuck it. How about we do it right now? This is considered an adjustment and not a buff because she is getting some things taken away from her, but she is getting more things added to her. So in conclusion, this is more of an adjustment that leans more towards the buff side. If it's a buff, ladies and gentlemen, it means that they lose nothing. Okay, so in this sense, she is going to lose a little bit. We're going to talk a lot about really what the female dancer is working with. So you got the blue box and you got the motherfucking red box, right? Do you take the blue pill or do you take the red pill? Okay, the blue box essentially decreases movement speed, interaction speed, and action speed. Okay, that's actually different. And the red box increases all three of those categories. Okay, so really what the big adjustment here is that the blue box that decreases all of those three categories will only affect the hunter now. So currently, when the dancer puts a blue box, anybody in the vicinity of that gets a debuff other than the dancer. That's no longer. So if I put a blue box now, everybody's slow except me, including the hunter. After the buff, when I put the blue box down, only the hunter is affected. Right? That's a pretty significant change. The red box will no longer affect the hunter, but only the survivors. The red box is what speeds everything up. Okay, so currently, if I put the red box down, everybody gets speed up. After this adjustment, when I put the red box down, only me and my teammates are going to get sped up, and the hunter will not. We'll get into the reasons why in a little bit, okay? In order to understand why this is considered an adjustment, you have to know that the values, the numbers are being decreased. That does not favor the dancer. And the reason being so is that the devs understand, hey, we're going to have the blue box only affect the hunter and the red box only affect the survivors. So we can't let it be this much of a headache for the hunter, although it is going to be a big headache. And again, we're going to talk into why the devs are doing this in a little bit. What you need to know is that the slow box, the blue box, all right, the decreased movement speed is going from 20, 30, and 40% to 15, 25, and 35%. So the decreased action speed from 30 to 40 to 50% is being reduced to 25, 35, and 45%. All you need to know is that the effectiveness of the blue box is being reduced by 5%. Now, when we talk about interaction speed, it changes a little bit because the interaction speed of the blue box was 8, 12, and 16. That is now 6, 9, and 12. Okay. Same thing with the red box. When you put the red box down, it increased your movement speed by 20, 30, and 40. That's being reduced down to 15, 25, and 35%. In terms of the action speed from 30, 40 to 50%, it's going to be going to 25, 35, 45. And the interaction rate that used to be 8, 12, and 16% is going to go to 6, 9, and 12. So to really summarize that up, if you really want that summarized up, just know that in 2 of the categories, it's being reduced by 5%. And then in the other category, it's being reduced by 3%. That's all you got to really know. So it's changed. Pretty much the boxes are being nerfed 5% and 3%, depending on the category that we're talking about. Okay, so that's kind of like a good way to summarize it up. All right, so that's the adjustment between the boxes. You're not gonna get as much benefit as you used to, but we don't really know what the values are going to be. Now, well, we know what the values are going to be, but we don't know really how this is going to affect. We also know that the trait dancer is removed. The trait dancer essentially meant that the dancer did not get affected by her blue box. Okay. So we now know that that's just going to get ridden because she's not affected by the boxes and her survivors are not going to be affected by the blue boxes. So the question is, why are they doing this? At least I think that's what it means. I'll put a picture up. The exact translation that I got from my translator from the devs is this. The usage of the dancer's fast box has always been low, as its significance has always been awkward, as players usually use the slow box to kite the hunter. When she faced hunter types like Jack the Ripper, the 3 slow music boxes can cause headaches to the hunter, but it is hard to counter hunters like Bloody Queen, hunters with fast movement speed early game. Therefore, in this update, we removed the fast music box effect on the hunter so that in the beginning, the dancer will have more options on where she can place her music boxes. Does she use a slow box to kite a hunter that emphasizes on chasing, or does she use a fast box to counter hunters that utilize long range attacks and make up for decoding? At the same time, we remove the effect of the slow music box on other survivors. This makes Dancer a more viable support character. In addition to Balancer, we decrease the speed increase for her music, her fast music box. Okay, so I came out with a Dancer guide way back in the day. At least I think I did, because you guys know that I played Dancer for a while. And really, one of the strategies, and we saw this in Color 2, the old strategy of Dancer was to put a blue box down right away. Just put a blue box down right away, because if the hunter comes on you, you already have it set up. Set it up in between a pallet, and then if the hunter decides to take it down, you can go and you can stun him. Well, the problem with this is that now that after season 7 and 8, when hunters like Bloody Queen got released, and it became the meta where a lot of people were using, including Bonbon got released, and the problem was, not really Bomba, but more Bloody Queen, is that the blue box wouldn't really affect somebody like Bloody Queen too much. Now, you could still kite a Bloody Queen with Dancer on certain maps like Moonlit with blue box. That was a thing. But now the devs looked at Dancer and said, okay, we understand that for the most part, no one's using red boxes. Now, I already know the lawyers are about to come out, not the character, but the online stuff. Or somebody's going to come out with some sort of technicality where in rare circumstances it's okay to use the red box. For sure. If you're the last one decoding, you got to speed it up. Gives you a couple of seconds off of the decoding. That's a very real thing. I came out with a video a long time ago about the benefits of using the red box. Alright, a long time ago. 6 months to a year ago. But overwhelmingly so, we knew that really the blue box was the big thing to use. And the devs don't want to do that because they understand that some hunters are really fast. Really fast. We see that Bloody Queen is getting a nerf soon to her movement speed, which is coming out soon. So they wanted to open up the ability for Dancer to use the red box more. So when you face a hunter, you have a better ability of avoiding some of those long range attacks or their quickness with yours, where the red box will no longer affect them. So the entire purpose of all of this, I keep looking at my phone because I'm watching people rotate right now. So I'm trying to coach them and do this video at the same time. I don't have a lot of time. They want to make it so dancers have more versatility, where it's no longer I'm just going to put a blue box down in the early game. That's their hope. Now, different characters are getting different buffs, and you're all aware of that, right? Doctor is getting a buff to make her a better kiter. This buff is not necessarily to only make her a better kiter dancer. It's to make her a better support character. So this buff, this adjustment rather, is not to make Dancer a better kiter, which it will, but it's to make her a better support character. Because now that we have, for those who don't know, the hunters, their skills are no longer going to cancel your rescue attempt. You go up to a rocket chair, Violinist uses his ability, it will hit you, but it won't cancel out the rescue. So the devs, that's a different video for a different day, but the devs have realized that the rescuing has been very difficult for a lot of survivors across all servers. So now they want Dancer to be more of a support type. Do you go in there and put a blue box down? Do you go in for the Dancer will be one of the best double rescue characters. One of them. I'm not saying she will be. I'm saying she'll be one of them. She will be a very scary character. Now that her fast movement speed, there's so many implications for the exit gate. Against certain hunters, that's gonna be detrimental. Having a red box that doesn't affect the hunter, you can just whiz around. So that's where this buff is happening. I think it's going to make Dancer a lot better. She's getting a very slight nerf to the effectiveness, 5% and 3% respectively, to the categories that we spoke about. This is a very good day for Dancers. It's going to add a lot of utility. It's going to be, that's exactly what this is, a utility character. And this is going to be a huge headache for hunters. Now, is it going to change the meta? I'm not suggesting that. But in tournament gameplay, I am suggesting that in rounds 3 and 5, she may be more versatile now. She has a lot of potential. I want to hear your thoughts about what you think about her. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I love you all. Bye-bye now, boo-boos.